And we've come together to honor the bedrock of our nation, our Constitution, and to embrace the values it upholds, values of freedom, of unity, and the relentless pursuit of a brighter future. Our theme this year, building home, building community, building nation, is powerful. I remember 1 year ago when we swore in our new governor, his very powerful speech of the village. And I've taken note that he ensures that it is in every speech that he gives. And the essence of that village comes home up to last night in a speech of another up-and-coming leader. And so that building of this nation through the core values of family, of community, and working together is the essence and symbolizes the essence of our collective journey as a people and highlights the indispensable role we as government play in shaping our destiny. We must give gratitude to all who have worked to ensure that we could celebrate 13 years of nationhood today. There was a lot of work that went into 10-10-10. And though we might not always be happy with what we have, we are here now. We are grateful for all the hard work that went into this, because many do not conceive of all the new responsibilities that we took on with that new nationhood. Before, we could always say it was Curacao, it's the Antilles. But for the past 13 years, it is we, the people of St. Martin. I am grateful. I am grateful for all those who have come before and all those who are currently in the trenches working to build this nation. Starting from the first point, home. Home is much more than just concrete, wood, and blocks. It is the heart of our identity, the cradle of our culture, and the soul of our nation. It is where we seek refuge, where we rest, where we regroup, where we recharge, where we teach, where we learn, where we nurture our families and dream the good dreams and work towards a brighter tomorrow. So as we gather here today, it is our shared responsibility, each individual, to work, not just individually, but together, towards ensuring that every St. Martiner, every single citizen has a safe and comfortable place to call home, a solid foundation from which to build their lives. Let us unite in that commitment to address those challenges that affect our homes, all of the challenges that affect our homes. And Dr. Erna Mae Francis Cotton mentioned a few, but I can't help but feel warm with the message that you sent out this morning. Ubuntu. Coming together. Each one help one. None can survive if one is hungry. Every single one of us, in what we say, in what we do, in how we act towards each other, is playing a role in building the home, in building the community, in building the nation. The community is the very fabric that binds us together. And I know we're going through many transitions, and in accessing some of our history, some of us are even learning to value ourselves more. As a community, we can always talk about what others do to us. But historically, I can remember what we have done to some of our visitors, our own brothers and sisters from the Caribbean. And when I go on the international stage today, one or two have said, oh, now St. Martin needs its sisters and brothers. We have also, at a certain point in our history, taken a higher than thou, a holier than thou attitude towards our neighbors. And maybe some of you sitting here don't know this, but there was this feeling of superiority, I must say, that the Dutch Caribbean has had and continue to have for many years. But today, with many of us now also being recognized as small island developing states, even in a rich kingdom, many are now aware that we too face all the same challenges as our Caribbean brothers and sisters. And that Ubuntu cannot just be in our tiny little villages and in our communities and in our St. Martin, but it must extend to the region and beyond. Our nation's strength, as Clara has endeavored to do in ensuring that all our citizens are a part of this celebration, is indeed something unique. And when we look at all of the wars around the world, many indeed can learn from how we interconnect and work together to build this nation.
Mealtime rules. Don't serve yourself first. Do not eat with your mouth open. Don't rest your elbows on the table. Don't make noise when eating. Does not apply when enjoying KFC buckets. When we bucket together, we are as we really are.
Social and health insurances. SXM. Your social and health insurances.
Are you SXM insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXM is cardless. Request your My SXM account today and enter the virtual office of SXM. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXM. Yeah. Your social and health insurances.
During the hurricane season, a potential tropical cyclone can produce rainfall that can cause flash flooding and rockfalls. Stay away from flood-prone areas during heavy rainfall, such as Jump Up Casino on Emil Plain Road in Phillipsburg, ATLH Road Roundabout, L.B. Scott Road from Emilio Wilson Park until Cake House Supermarket, Zaker's Gut from Petro Plus gas station until the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Welchelaken Road K Hill from Welchelaken Road Roundabout until the One Tete Loke Roundabout, Beacon Hill Road from Sunset Bar and Grill until the beginning of White Sands Road, and Rhine Road, also known as Mullet Bay Road, after Sonesto Maho Beach Hotel to the entrance of Cooper Coy from the intersection of the University Drive until the intersection of Rio Grande. For more information on how you can keep yourself and your family safe this hurricane season, visit stmartingov.org/hurricane. This public service announcement is brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
Last Friday, October the 6th, the Democratic Party of St. Martin, represented by the party's president, Mr. Richardson, and myself, received the party's official registration at the Electoral Council of St. Martin. You may recall that in 2020, I had deregistered the party as it had not taken part in the election that year. That had to be explained because some persons thought it was the folding of the association, the Democratic Party. It was not long after that, though, that the members of the party decided that the Democratic Party would be the party of choice to contest subsequent elections, and thus registering the party at the Electoral Council became necessary once again. This process requires a request to the Electoral Council in accordance with the legal stipulations, which was done, and the decision to register the DP was, of course, well received by us. The deadline for registering parties to take part in the 2024 election was announced as October 11, 2023. As per the law, to take part in an election, a party needs to be registered at least 6 weeks before postulation, or some call it nomination day, which, as you know, is slated for November the 22nd of this year. Just giving a glimpse into what the party has in the meantime been doing, while the registration of the party is a necessary legality, the preparation for the campaign and preparation of the candidates had already started. The latest training of the Democratic Party candidates was a 2-hour-long session on public speaking and speech writing this past weekend. The candidates are also familiarizing themselves with the party's 2024 platform, consisting of the party's focus areas of governance, economic sustainability, environmental stewardship, strong neighborhoods, nation building, kingdom relations, education, housing, taxation, health, wellness and prevention, social dialogue, labor and infrastructure. The actionable political agenda, as we call it, for these focus areas is part of the overall party manifesto, along with the party's vision document and so-called red papers. In the red papers, we go deeper into the topics and we present the party's in-depth views of the topics in conjunction with relevant stakeholders. It must be stated, though, that while it is important to present a party's vision as part of the election campaign, we believe that it will be no more than a colorful wish list if we don't address the financial, economic aspects first and foremost. This is the most critical issue going forward. And it is also my belief that in confronting the myriad of challenges we face, collaboration between all, with an emphasis on all stakeholders, is going to be paramount, as well as a culture of inclusion.
So what happened to Budget 2023? When will the amended Budget 2023 reach Parliament? You know, we keep hearing, yeah, it can come in. Yeah, we got to do this and we got to do that. First it was the police monies, then it was the INYA and the liquidity loans. Okay, all that passed now. So when it coming? Because the police are itchy. The justice workers are getting itchy. Because there's a lot of hot air coming out of the government. Nothing factual though. Nothing concrete. When the minister had to come and present a whole police force justice update, the own coalition partners, with the exception of MP Bryson, nobody showed up. Everybody, all other 7 had an excuse. And from her party, nobody came either. Because had one of them come, they could have had a meeting, because it was a central committee meeting. So they didn't even need 8. They just needed enough people. So when I say people, enough political parties and or independents in there. So they needed enough of those to be able to run. I think because they got 10 of them, they need 6 of them right now, something like that. So again, it's to show you that we don't have our priorities right. But hey, it is what it is. Election has come, an election will pass, and most probably a lot of things that were promised and coming out of this so-called pipeline, because they have a whole new pipeline, I noticed. 4 years, nothing was in that pipeline. Suddenly now that pipeline is like a machine gun, bop, 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 throwing out things. The problem is, it's a bunch of hot air, because it has no substance. And we're going to discuss a few of those today. We're really going to discuss them. So, CBS, the central bank, said our economy grew with 9.8% back in 2022. 9.8. 2023 is going to be about 3.9%, a major drop. 2024 is going to be about 2.7%. So we continuously dropping. And the reasons for this is that the war in Ukraine is causing a lot of problems. Oil prices are not being lowered on the island. Yeah, I'm telling you, they're not lowering the prices while the prices in the world are much lower. And we always hear, yeah, but you see, we had buy this when the price was high. I have never understood why we never go down. And we might go down 10 cents and then we go down 15 cents the week after. Because in 1 week, everything that we bought on the market that was low for 5 months, finished. Only a fool believes that. Because the government makes good money on the taxes. Remember, they collect 2 times 5% on oil and gasoline products that are imported into St. Martin. Check it in the papers. Don't believe me, just go and check it. You'll see it right there. But they also said that the much delayed airport, this is the central bank talking now, that the much delayed airport is also causing a serious impact on our economic growth. But we walking down there, we doing everything so great down there. Well, thank God, it isn't a politician. But the central bank, most probably he don't know what he's talking either. That's what the jackass down at the airport said. That the central bank have no clue what they're talking about. But the central bank is saying because of the airport delays, the economic growth of this country has been jeopardized. Point. Also, the India saga has caused enough delay in economic growth because we were not sure if we were going to be saddled with another 200 million guilder loan to cover the 300 people in the 3,000 pensioners in St. Martin. If it was up to our Minister of Finance and the the Prime Minister, we would have been saddled up with that loan. Thank God, Curaçao's country said it ain't happening. And that's where we are today. So, in Holland, there's a second parliamentary inquiry regarding the same tax affair, this Child Care Tax Affair Act that created a disaster for 30,000 people. And now they're saying, but people were warned. The government was warned. The tax people are now coming out and saying, no, hold on. We did our jobs. We told them the law ain't no good. We showed them the law ain't no good. And they all turned a blind eye because of political pressure. Because those days had a lot of political pressure because they said there were a lot of people stealing from the government and fraud and all those things. And we're going to bring them the hammer on them and they destroyed 30,000 families. They just simply destroyed them because they were afraid of political pressure. So they were not doing what was right. They were doing what was politically right. And that is a crime. You come down here, you're locking up everybody in St. Martin about, they misuse their function, and they misdo this, and they misdo that. But here again, a second inquiry has started in the Parliament of the Netherlands. And they brought in Rutte again. They brought in Kamp again, Bruins, all of them. And you know what Rutte said? It wasn't harsh enough. Now mind you, because I'm going to come to this later, when I talk about the screening laws, Rutte was a convicted criminal when he was a state secretary in the Balkan Ender cabinet. Do your all's homework. Start checking. Because when you want to talk about moving the screening law, you got to bring tangible things. Like I'm going to show you later.
Asset Fee insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? Asset Fee is cardless. Request your My Asset Fee account today and enter the virtual office of Asset Fee. Go to assetfee.sx and sign up now.
SXM, yeah. Your social health insurances.
With you, the new Kentaco. A combination that will surprise the most curious palates. Combining the deliciousness of KFC chicken and the practicality of a taco. With a doubly delicious ergonomic shape. Wow! Compatible with all types of bites. New Kentaco. Enjoy a double-breaded chicken breast with our secret recipe. Cheese, lettuce, and tomato. New Kentaco, the innovation that's in everyone's mouth.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to keep in mind to help keep you and your family safe. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th, with the peak occurring between mid-August and late October. This hurricane season, be sure to put together a go bag. A disaster supply kit including a flashlight, batteries, cash, first aid and supplies, medications, and copies of your critical information if you need to evacuate. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
It was a reunion of sorts. Former safety manager said the Vintage Airport Folk Group has a present membership base of 210 with thousands of years of knowledge and experience between them. He said they are ready to share the knowledge with current airport staff and group sessions are in the plan.
Now that we are back together as a group and some of us are still probably working at the airport here, I want to start getting together and maybe having sessions, you know, and having group talks with the employees of today and say this is how it used to be and this is why it was the way it was, what we used to do, how we used to react, how we used to work together, and there's no reason why they can't do that, and we can give them some guidance and help in understanding the way to do things, putting themselves safe but putting the customer above all else.
The former safety manager said there's some thought being given to establishing an airline given the knowledge and experience within the group.
If we could, we would. And I would tell you, we have amongst us thousands of years of experience combined in aviation expertise here. If you think of it, I'm young, I'm 60 years old, and I have from 1981 to 2015, that's 44 years of experience, 42 years of experience. And I'm not the oldest, right? And from what we've put together over the years and what we've done, I know that if we were to form an airline, it would have some of the highest standards, the best customer service, the best relationship standards as far as customers and passengers and crew are concerned, and we would do well.
Out of the reunion is to come a yearbook capturing past and present airport work images, as well as a vlog and a Facebook page. He gave details.
I'm going to start a Facebook group for us, and I'm also going to start possibly a vlog where we can all come in and share video stories and talk about what we've done in the past and where we are today. I'm going to start what I'm calling a yearbook, but basically it's going to be pictures of us back in the day and pictures of today of us, what we are now, where we are, and put a lot of photos of history from the airport into that book from everybody who's taken photos over the years, and then share it with the general public as well so that they can understand what true friendships and relationships were back in the day when the airport was really a family of persons.
The airline industry has changed, and they are looking forward to bringing the initiatives of the Vintage Airport Folk to fruition to help strengthen the sector in Barbados. Trevor Thorpe, CBC News.